Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Coming up this week, rumors about a new transportation system at Walt Disney World get a boost with construction permits that Disney recently filed. Pricing for Volcano Bay, Universal's new water park, have been released, and new security measures have been implemented at the Magic Kingdom. Also, a little later on, we will tell you the story of how Kevin, Webmaster Kathy, and I all got to go up on stage at the Palace Theater in New York to meet the legendary Glenn Close. All of that coming up next. From the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode 935 for the week of April 4th, 2017. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Coming to you live from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my good friends, John Magi.
Hi, everybody.
Kevin Close.
Hi, everyone.
Teresa Eccles.
Hey.
Corey Martin.
I'm just happy to be here.
And back in the production nook, our associate producer, Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
Along with our producer, Craig Williams.
Hello.
So, hello, folks, and welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good week. I know that at least 3 people at this table had a whirlwind weekend in New York City.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. It has nothing to do with Disney, but if you follow John, Kevin, and I on Twitter, on social media, then you saw the flurry of posts or tweets going out on Thursday night because we were out of our damn minds. And so we just got to tell this story. It's an awesome story. So please stay tuned. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show.
You want to know what's funny? I was there, and I had to have John explain to me what happened. Because I didn't understand how we got to that point.
Let's not give anything away. Let's wait till the end of the show. Let's just some things we want to talk about in housekeeping. The Diz 20th anniversary celebration coming up the end of May. Of course, June 1st being our 20th anniversary and our big party at Epcot. We have rented out The Seas with Nemo and Friends, Journey into Imagination, Test Track, and Soarin'. We're going to have music and food and drinks and all of that followed by a private showing of Illuminations just for our group. So lots of fun. We're going to be doing lots of meets that week. We have rooms available at Disney Resorts at amazing prices, especially at the deluxes. The prices of the deluxes are incredible. So if you're looking for a good excuse to stay at a deluxe resort and you want to save some money doing it, this is a great way to do it. How are we doing with that room block?
It's filling out very quickly. I actually believe that there's nothing left at Pop or one of the moderates, I believe, is gone. I don't remember exactly what's going on, but we're filling out fast. So act now. Plus, they're going to pull the room block from us. So make sure you do that.
End of April, right?
Yep.
Or the next couple weeks. So
please make sure you do that quickly because we don't want you to be left out.
And I believe Rhino has a Patreon correction to make.
Yes. So last week we had we incorrectly spoke about if you are in the UK, you are able to still become a Patreon supporter. We actually have several UK supporters who corrected us since then. I don't exactly know the process because it looks different on our end, but they were telling me that there's just like a small charge for converting the pounds into dollars or something like that. But you can check it out. I would just assume Google patreon.com/disunplugged, and it will take you to the UK. Like, it'll redirect you. However, we would get redirected when we go to vice versa, to the UK site. So,
well said. In other words, we told people last week, I should have just done this. We told people last week that if you were in the UK, you could not support the show via Patreon. That was incorrect.
Yeah.
You
can.
And so just go to patreon.com/disunplugged. That's Patreon. So it's like patron with an E thrown in. Patreon.com/disunplugged and follow the links. Is that what you were trying to say, Rhino?
In many words, yes.
I translate. I am the translator from Rhino into English.
The Rhino Whisperer.
Yeah.
I'm the Gyno Whisperer, yes. All right, so also want to mention our slate of shows for this week. Of course, every Monday, DizUnplugged.com, the Dreams Unlimited Travel podcast with John Magi, Kevin Close, and Tracy Heinrichs. And this week, talking about the DCL 2018 itineraries. And next week, the Walt Disney World package Q&A.
Correct.
I know it this week.
I'm going to say, you have all the notes today, don't you?
I have all the notes.
Excellent.
I have all the notes. So you can check that out, DizUnplugged.com, or go to youtube.com/DreamsUnlimitedTravel and check out all the shows that we have up there. Also, every Monday, the Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged with host Tom Bell and his team. And on this week's edition, Tom and Mary Jo eat their way through opening day of the Boysenberry Festival near Knott's Berry Farms. I just read what I'm given.
That sounds like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Yeah. So, I'm also happy to say that this Wednesday, DizUnplugged.com, the return of the best and worst of Walt Disney World shows. And this week, we are going to talk about the five best 2 table service credit restaurants on the Disney dining plan. And if we're doing the best this week, next week, we're doing the worst. And I love when we do the worst ones because people get so upset. Because, how could you say that? So I've like really gone out of my way with these now to just do the typical caveat. This is just our opinion. The world is not coming to an end. You can have a different opinion, and we're both right.
Have you been to the boards?
Yeah. Yeah, once or twice. So that's
Coral Reef.
That's this Wednesday, DizUnplugged.com, the best and worst of Walt Disney World. Every Thursday, DizUnplugged.com. I guess I could just say that once at the top and not have to keep saying it over and over again. The Universal Edition with Craig Williams and Rhino Clavin. And this week, they are talking about the best quick service and best table service meals at Universal Orlando. Mm-hmm. So that should be interesting. What was that? Mm-hmm.
It was
I understand.
It's a delicious episode.
I still haven't seen this video you guys were so excited about creating.
Well, that's what I'm doing with my day tomorrow.
Oh, so it's not part of that show?
No, this is a separate, its own little, it's Universal versus Disney.
I've been hearing about this damn video for like a month, how excited they were and how great it was.
We're going to jazz it up. We're going to add some effects and,
Why is he talking like that?
Post-production, all that.
He hit his head this morning, and so now all of a sudden he's sassy girl.
The Golden Girls.
Yeah, he's sassy Southern lady. So that's Thursday, DizUnplugged.com, the Universal Edition, and of course, every Friday. And I can't say Friday-ish anymore because he's been really good. They go up on Friday. Mm-hmm. Diz Pop with Rhino, and this week Craig is joining you.
Yes, he is, and we are going to rank, or we already did this, but we rank all the Marvel movies in the Cinematic Universe Phase 1. Getting ready for the Guardians of the Galaxy movie that's coming out.
Kevin, why weren't you invited?
I don't know why I was not involved in this conversation.
We thought about the invite.
And also, it is April, so it is Connecting with Walt Month with Michael Bowling and Craig Williams. And this coming Friday, they continue their Disney 101 series with recommendations for Disney films and audio recordings of historic interest for fans of all ages. So you can check that out this Friday, DizUnplugged.com, Connecting with Walt. So that is everything I have. What about you people? Anything for housekeeping?
You did my housekeeping, so
I do.
I'm done.
I have a housekeeping.
I do too.
I do
Do
too.
you?
I have
All right.
two.
All right, I'm going first. All right, we our Diz merchandise store. We now have stickers available. Will is working as we speak on adding all the different designs.
How big are they? I saw the
But
picture.
they're about
but I
3
could-
by 3. They've just released. You know it.
They're for your car.
Billboards. They're 3 inches by 3 inches. So anything to deck out like your laptop or whatever else you want, you can find a link at the top of the site called merchandise.
I wish you had one of these right on your laptop right here.
We
Stickers.
ordered a couple to see what the quality's like, and we'll keep you all posted. I mean, we just
So what's the price?
$250, but they're always running
piece?
discounts. Yes,
That's pretty good, though.
but I don't know. I need to check out the the quality and see what they're like. And
So they all just going to
So
be your quotes?
you're pushing this on the show before you know what they're like?
I trust the quality of TeePublic.
Well, I will say this: the T-shirts are fantastic,
And
I'm really happy with them.
And we're
one
in the
right
process of working on a series of new designs. We're in the process of.
Is it a removable sticker?
I don't know. It depends on how long you leave it on. I mean,
Well, I
put it on
just
your
wanna know.
windshield,
What
it's
if I
probably
put it
gonna
on and I
leave
don't-
a mark.
I'll take inane questions for 1,000, Alex.
It's a sticker.
Rhino, can we cut to
I'm
your
wearing
shot?
a T-shirt, a TeePublic shirt right now.
He's wearing the Diz Pride shirt that Will created, which I absolutely love. I have mine in a V-neck because I prefer
like a V-neck.
my cleavage to show.
Put the puppies away today.
And but they're in crew neck and
Oh,
V-neck,
Lord.
and yeah, they're really great.
I like this shirt. This shirt, I legitimately enjoy. It's very, very soft. I will pretty much only order our shirts, and this is the tri-blend one.
soft.
There's
Yeah.
a nice variation of shirts. I mean,
What are the designs you're working on?
Can't tell you. I'm
Secret.
Can't tell you. Maybe next week I'll have something to show, or the week after that.
Text me later.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
All right, thank you, Corey. What else we have for housekeeping?
Okay, let's go to me, because it's all about me, I guess. Huh?
No, it really isn't.
It's
Go
not,
ahead.
but I feel like it's about me today. I want to remind everybody to donate items to our auction during the Diz Jubilation.
The jubilation.
The Jubilation. And there's a link in the thread, right, John?
Correct. On
Where
the
they can,
boards, yep.
it makes it very easy and then once the item arrives, if you're going to mail it to the Welcome Center, I'll go in and notate that then I'll send you an email that it has arrived.
Okay,
Even if
Corey
you-
just showed me a design.
Oh, show me?
I can't.
No,
Well, I like it.
it's incredible. Oh my God, I can't wait to get.
It's going to be a nice series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Teresa.
What else? I got nothing else.
right.
No, wait.
You had a second one.
I want to thank everybody for their prayers for my brother. He's doing a lot better. He's off the ventilator. He's the pump is out of his heart, and he's awake. So cool beans.
That's good news.
Moving on. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good news. All right.
All
Thank
right,
you, Teresa.
Kevin.
I want to plug the Italy Sojourn Cruise, March 24th of next year. There's still lots of room available. The lower categories are almost completely sold out. So if you're interested, Kevin at Dreams Unlimited Travel, we still have good special pricing because we're contracted. And at this point, there are 78 of us going.
Wow.
It's a trip all around the boot. We leave the port near Rome.
around the
and we
boob?
end-
Where?
A boot.
And
boot.
you should have seen the look on Rhino and Craig's face when I told them they had to go.
Yeah, poor you guys. You got to go to Italy.
The things we do for this job.
I'm telling you. Damn you, Werner.
So yes, Rhino and Craig are going with us. There are 78 of us at this point.
The numbers are plummeting.
Let
as
me
you
know. Really, the cancellations are coming in. I also have been asked, and very politely I may add, Jillian has asked that I remind people that April 28th, I apologize, I'm reading this cold, April 28th through April 30th in Fairfield, New Jersey, the New Jersey Diz Meet is happening. Friday night events include a tour of local breweries, and they are pay-as-you-go. The main event is Saturday. It's $40. It's from 3 to 7. It's at the Best Western Plus Fairfield Executive Inn. That is a lot. And will include a buffet dinner, a tricky tray.
Oh, they always do that.
What is it?
I don't know. But they
And what are
always
the
do it.
dates?
The 28th through the 30th. And there's a silent auction. More details can be found at njdisme2017.eventzilla.net. Registration.
We'll put a link in the show notes.
I didn't send this in advance because I got it as we started the show. Thanks, Jillian. Registration closes on April 12th. So please go support them. It's all good for Give Kids the World.
Awesome. Anything else for housekeeping? Housekeeping. Going once, going twice.
I wish.
Over to Johnny with the news.
All right, our first news story. We have more information on Walt Disney World gondola rumor. In February, a rumor emerged that a gondola transportation system might be coming to Walt Disney World. On Thursday, March 30th, 2017, permits filed by Disney revealed details that add validity to the rumor. The information that was released Thursday shows that Disney has filed permits with the description of, quote, foundation and building infrastructure at the exact 6 locations rumored to have gondola, hotel, and park stations, a transfer station, and a turning station. The gondola system could transport guests from Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. Again, this is all still speculation. I lost my place. Based off of the permits filed by Disney, but is becoming an increasingly real possibility as information continues to come in.
Well, it makes sense. We've heard for years that they wanted to expand the monorail system, but it's too expensive. The cost, especially at this point, especially the disruption, although that doesn't seem to bother them too much, it's just going to be too expensive. So it looks like they might have settled on this. What do we think? Now, I imagine these would be closed gondolas. They're not going to be like open air,
Right, yeah.
like Skyway.
Picture
Yeah, that's
like the 4 people.
In their suit. I imagine
ready to
it,
tip out at any moment.
I imagine it to be like the
Orlando
Orlando
Eye.
The
Yeah,
Like a
something
big
that
ski
big.
resort
like
kind
the
of thing.
eye thing.
Yeah.
I kind of imagine it to
Okay,
be like
does
that.
anybody else, is anybody else thinking, okay, big boat on a wire in the sky in Florida when we had the ground strike capital of the world?
I did think about like the when not if when it stalls, what the evacuation would be. I mean, it's with
ladders
with
that
the
they
monorail,
throw out
it's
and you
one
can-
thing, but I mean, you're just kind of like hovering right there with a bunch of smelly.
I'm thinking it's going to be awesome.
I can't wait
I can't
to-
find anything
I
wrong
think
with
it's
this
anything new.
other than the lightning and the stalling. Other than that, I think it'll be.
Really.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the
Other
play?
than the chance of death, everything's great.
I don't know if I talked about it on a previous show. It probably was years and years ago.
Rhino, somebody else is talking.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix your mic.
When I was a cast member, there was stuff in the works. There was blueprints for a direct resort access system. And I think we're reading gondola wrong. I think we're all picturing gondola like, over the park. I think what we're looking at is an inverted monorail system. Because they have...
Upside down?
No, the
Hanging
monorail
off
rides
the-
below the beam.
like on a track, just
Right.
keeps on going.
Exactly. So it takes up less room because they can suspend the apparatus high so that it's not interfering with anything on the ground. But the monorail.
See, I'm
would
seeing
be-
wires. And
No picture.
Now, when
of
I
that.
first read it, I saw Venice. I thought they're going to put in canals.
So I'm envisioning Monsters Inc. now, and the doors flying around.
It's supposed to be like
be
similar to the 2012 Olympics in London. They built a system. Emirates built a gondola system through the city. It's like that's what they're saying. There's a video online you can go watch, and it looks much different than the one that I
We're not
imagined.
talking
when I
about
read this.
individual buckets. We're talking about probably something that would look like a monorail sized vehicle
Yeah.
being
20
suspended
people,
underneath
20
the track
They
itself.
used to have that over at Busch Gardens.
Right, exactly. But a little bit more transportation-y
I was
than
excited
ridey.
now. I wanted something flying through the sky and swinging to and fro.
They can announce pedicabs, and I'll be excited. Any addition to transportation, I'd be
Well, one of
happy
the things
with.
they were looking into was a direct request system, so that you can go to the resort and push a button, and the next one, like on the track, would come and get you.
Oh.
So that would be
I
fun.
like
oh,
that.
wow, that would be very cool.
Yeah, so like instead of waiting for the big thing to come. And
Would
get
there be a
everybody-
little person on the thing, or is it going to be just self-guided?
I don't know
It'll be
what
regular
size
sized.
they would the people would be, but I'm sure.
It's been years since y'all did that to me. No, will there be a monorail driver on each one, or is it going to be
I don't know.
like a
Okay, we
central
don't know. It's
station?
all speculation at this
What
point.
details.
So, well, you don't have them.
It'll be
and I
just
just
like
want
the
to,
stickers.
I just want to reiterate to everyone: this is a rumor. This has not been confirmed by Disney, but this rumor surfaced in February, and now they filed these permits, which seem to suggest the rumor is accurate. So, yeah, and I agree with Corey. Anything that's going to add transportation, anything that's going to help in that regard, I think is a good idea.
Interesting, the resorts they're targeting initially. That's
I thought the same thing. It's that area, Caribbean Beach, Art of Animation.
Now think about what that's going to do to the price of those rooms, because those are going to be coveted rooms. Now, if you're on some kind of Disney transportation that's not the buses, people are going to love that.
I think they should put in pneumatic bang tubes.
I think so.
Really?
That would be nice, right? No.
All right, moving on. Our next news story. Volcano Bay one-day ticket prices, annual pass options, express, and more released. Universal has quietly released the biggest piece of Volcano Bay information that many guests have been waiting for: the cost of a one-day ticket. According to the Universal Orlando site, a one-day Volcano Bay anytime season ticket will cost $67 per adult and $62 per child. Universal has also restructured some of their terminology when it comes to tickets, and now they have 2 tiers: value season and anytime season. Technically, mixed season tickets are also available, and that would be
Okay,
when
I'm already
I know,
completely and
it's
utterly confused.
so that would be when it may be any time at Volcano Bay, but value at the Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. In addition, pricing for a 3-park one-day ticket has also been released, so that's the major theme parks in Volcano Bay. The value season price for this option would be $205 per adult and $200 per child
For one day.
for
all
a
3 parks.
3-park one-day ticket.
That's too much for one day.
That seems like a lot to me, too. Annual pass holders also have their answer as to how they will be eligible to get into Volcano Bay. A 2-park and 3-park annual pass will be available to purchase. The 3-park premium pass, which has no blackout dates to Volcano Bay, costs $688.99.
They're insane.
However, wait, it's only $638.99 for Florida residents.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, a 3-park one-day pass. Really, is anybody going to do Universal, Islands of Adventure, and then Volcano Bay all in the same day?
Not a water park, yeah.
Did they think that? I don't think they thought that through. And look, I know that Universal is touting this as a 3rd gate. They're trying to push this as a 3rd theme park. Now, look, when it opens, maybe it really raises to that level. Right now, it's a water park. It's an adjunct to a theme park. It is not a theme park. So $700 for an annual pass that includes this.
What is a Disney premium annual pass these days?
I want to say it's about $700 or $800
Yeah, it seems about the same.
for Florida resident. I'm not sure. I get the both coast one, and that's like $11,500, and I have to fill out a mortgage
But
application.
that's double the number of gates.
Yeah. So, what do you, Craig? This is your realm. So,
Yeah, Craig,
think
it's your
it's fair.
fault.
Yeah, we talked about this on Thursday. I think it's actually fair. For in a sense, it's $150 extra.
you're a fanboy.
No, it's only $150 extra for the premiere with no blockout dates. So that's the equivalent of going 2.5 times on a one-day ticket. So I don't think that's bad for an annual pass holder. Their prices for the one-day admission is similar to what it is at Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. So it's only off by like $5, I think. And all the other passes, which do include blockout dates for Volcano Bay, which right now that's only July 1st to the 31st, those are only an extra $99 to upgrade from the 2-park pass to the 3 one. So even that's a day and a half that if you went regularly, that you can have it for the entire year minus those blockout dates. So it's, to me, it's not that big of a stretch as long as you visit regularly.
The annual pass price seems really high.
But you get the view of I-4.
Yeah, well, the premiere pass, you have to remember that includes one day to Halloween Horror Nights in it. It includes free valet as well as free prime parking.
Yeah, you got a good point there. And the valet's like ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, valet's like, if you're there all day, it would cost you $40 regularly. So it's huge in that regards. And yeah, so I think you get enough perks on the side with the annual pass to make up for it.
The volume of discounts available with the annual pass is really quite impressive. Although Disney is caught up, I think. Disney really, I'm getting a lot of annual pass discounts lately.
But that's like the dining discounts they added are just for the 45th. We'll see if once that celebration is over in September, if we still have all those annual pass dining discounts for Disney.
I got a question, Craig. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I'm annual pass holder, Florida resident, premium or whatever it is. With Universal, you don't have to redo it every year. It just automatically happens.
Yep,
Am
it'll
I going to
just-
automatically get this, or do I have to? Is it?
No,
or am I going to have a
to,
choice?
you have to upgrade. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want it, it should automatically upgrade or resubscribe you to the 2-park one. But if you want the 3-park one with Volcano Bay, you will have to go out of your way to do it.
Okay. That's what I
So.
wondered. Cool.
I do want to say that for anybody staying on Disney property that wants to try out Universal, we just added the transportation ticket with Volcano Bay added to it. So there's now a 2-day 3-park ticket with transfers, round trip transfers to and from Disney.
What does that cost?
Well, it starts May 25th. So for an adult, it's $343. This is without tax.
That's for 2 days,
and
it
3
covers
park.
all 3 parks.
Yes.
Was that
And it
your
includes
transportation?
transportation from Disney
Round trip.
resorts to Universal and back.
Yes, I mean there's also a 1-day 2-park and a 2-day 2-park. But if you're staying on Disney property and you just want to try it out for the day, this might be a great option.
You
if
can
you don't
see
want
what-
to cab it or
But you
Uber
still
it.
have the option of doing transportation without Volcano Bay, right?
Yes. There's a 1-day 2-park which covers Universal and Islands, and there's a 2-day 2-park which covers Universal and Islands.
And
there's
that's
a
with transportation.
Yeah, so it's an option if you want to try it.
And do it during our 20th anniversary event, because everything will be open then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And Pandora.
And Pandora.
It's gonna be crazy.
What a week.
All
That'd be
right.
crazy. All right, our third and final news story. Changes have arrived at the Magic Kingdom for security. As of yesterday, April 3rd, 2017, guests parking at the Magic Kingdom parking lot will go through metal detectors and get bags checked at the Transportation and Ticket Center. The Ticket and Transportation Center, or the TTC, is the hub at which guests arriving by car have transportation options to access the Magic Kingdom. Guests now go through the security checkpoint at the TTC before they board either the monorail or the ferry boats. So this is different. Usually you do it when you get to the park. Guests arriving on a Disney Resort bus will still go through the bag check and metal detectors in front of the Magic Kingdom, although new security tents have been put in place closer to the bus stop. As part of this change, Disney's Contemporary, Disney's Grand Floridian, and Disney's Polynesian Village resorts all have security bag checks and metal detectors at the monorail stations in those hotels. So, that's happening.
Will this do away with the one at the park? Or is this
Yeah, well,
No,
it's-
they still have to do the bus. No,
It's-
if you're coming to the monorail, they're going to push the bag check away from the...
Look,
on
at
the
the end of the
ferry.
day, I think this is going to ease up that congestion that exists at the very front of the park. And I think this is a great solution because, we've all commented that it's kind of ugly, with the metal detectors and everything. Kind of taking that all out from in front of the Magic Kingdom, putting one near the bus stop, so people coming in on the bus go through that one. But then, the TTC, having one there, having one in the individual resorts, I think it really eases up that congestion because that can get, especially during busy days, that gets
You
so
get backed
crazy.
up the monorail ramp, waiting to go
Yeah.
through security.
Again, that's going to do away with that. This is
Yes.
that's
Yes.
not going to. Okay.
Yes.
So those will be moved closer to the bus stop, so the buses are checked there, and then everyone else is checked before they
So
get.
it's not like you're going through two. You're just going through it at a different spot.
That is correct.
And I got an email today from Mike in Boston. Hi, Mike. Who's wondering, he thinks that this makes a lot of sense, but he's worried about the resorts and limited space to hold these screenings in areas that were never intended to do so. Also, does this negatively affect resort hopping? I think every time you're going to get off and on the monorail, you're going to go through a bag check. But again, I think we're thinking about these bag checks in terms of the crowds that we're used to seeing in front of the Magic Kingdom. That is now being dispersed. I think at the resorts, it's probably not going to be as bad. I think if it's going to get crowded anywhere, it's going to be the bus stops and the Transportation and Ticket Center. But I think at the resorts, I think about, I was just out in Disneyland. They've done this wider perimeter where any way that you can come in to downtown Disney, you have to go through a security check rather than it being outside the Esplanade that connects both Disneyland Park and California Adventure. You now go through it. Like if you're coming out of the, coming out of the Disneyland Hotel into downtown Disney, there's a bag check right there. You're coming off the parking tram. There's one there. You're going through the Grand Californian. There's one there. And I got to tell you, it was delightful. Early, first thing in the morning, when there would be massive lines, or later on in the evening, when there would be massive lines for security getting into the parks. It was distributed out a lot, and it was a lot quicker to get through. I think it allows the security guards to be more thorough in their checks because they don't have all these people waiting and that natural stress that comes from I got to hurry up.
Where was the parking lot check? Was that after the tram or before the tram?
I believe it's before.
Yeah, it's where the parking garage, when you come down the escalators, it's all there, and then you
That's
get
a
on the
big
train.
help.
I'm just waiting for the annual pass holder pre-check option. I think that would be great.
Like TSA pre-check, but you get annual pass on pre-check.
So I think that ultimately this is a good thing. I think Disney's doing the right thing. I think they're kind of taking a lesson from what Disneyland has just done, bringing it out here. And I think I even said when Disneyland announced they were doing that it's not going to be too long before we have that here. Interesting to see if that expands anywhere else. Are they going to start doing that around Epcot? Are they going to start doing that around, I think Epcot is an area where there are, a resort. But I mean, they just do the bag check at International.
Yeah,
Gateway.
Epcot's, when everyone rushes it at the same time, it's always busy. But I feel like security has stepped up a little bit there since they've added extra additional metal detectors. So now they'll pulse people and like, okay, you go to the big entry, and then when that starts to back up, then they send them to another one that's slowed down, and
Epcot
they do that a lot.
The room to do that.
Yeah.
The Magic Kingdom didn't. It had everything was funneling into that one area. So Epcot has the ability to spread that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope if they do that, they take those fences out of the front entryway.
yeah.
The
Make it a
Magic
little more
Kingdom.
open.
Yeah, those
I hate those.
where they
they-
funnel you through that one point.
I think
Yeah.
they will. I think it'll all be over.
I think that would make me happy.
That would be nice. Yeah, I agree.
All right, that'll do it for the news.
All right. Thank you, John. We're going to head on over into Rapid Fire. And, John, we haven't heard enough from you. So.
I know, really. I haven't talked enough. My Disney Experience app gets an update. It's supposed to help you navigate your Walt Disney World vacation even easier. The app now opens to the theme parks map. There's a new spotlight section that will highlight new offerings in the parks. And also, when you're staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel, you have a My Resort dashboard feature where you can access your reservation details, room information, stuff like that. I was checking out the comments on this story and elsewhere on the internet, and it's very mixed. Some people hate it. Don't change what I was doing.
Yeah, it
never change.
just doesn't
anything.
matter. It just
Right.
it doesn't matter. If they change anything, it's like people throwing rocks at the moon. It's crazy.
Yep. And then other people love it and say it's intuitive and it makes sense. So I haven't done it yet, so we'll see.
All right, before we go to the next rapid fire, I'm going to trust you guys to do your rapid fires without me in the room
Uh-oh.
because I forgot to go to the bathroom before we started the show, and I got to go. Oh,
Wow.
so
Mine's political.
I think we should.
Mine's about a flag.
I think we should do the pecan and follow Pete.
yeah, no.
Come on.
So
All right.
Kevin.
There is a first for
Well,
everything.
let's wait
no, I
just a
think I've done
second.
this once before.
I don't know. Now he's behind me.
I was-
All the magic is gone. That's it. All the illusion is gone out of the world.
Okay, so what should we talk about? All right, my rapid fire is on April 6th between 9:30 and 10 a.m. The Navy Blue Angels will fly over the Magic Kingdom. Guests should look for the FA-18 Hornet aircraft that will be flying over the park. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels made a similar appearance in 2015, March of 2015. The demonstration team is in the area for the Fun and Sun International Fly-In and Expo, which takes place August 8th and 9th in Lakeland, Florida.
Do you remember on our last flight? Didn't they go past?
Yes, we saw them coming in. The pilot announced that they were off the left side of our plane. All right, I have a second one. This one I thought was kind of cool. Thank you, Kelsey. On Saturday, March 13th, if you are a D23 member, and there are some special levels, Marty Sklar is going to be at the movie theater in Disney Springs, and he's going to be doing a discussion before a showing of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. It's at the AMC Disney Springs. The experience begins at 10 a.m., and check-in will begin at 9:15. Please do not arrive before 9:15. That's what it says. This is available to Gold and Gold family members. You'll be required to show a photo ID. Members will be required to show their D23 membership. Marty's going to discuss all of the details of making and the design of Pirates of the Caribbean. It is 50 years this year. It opened in 1967. If you've never heard Marty Sklar speak, he's fascinating. He tells It's like when those people walk behind the newscasters. Marty's fascinating. He tells great stories. Then they're going to show the Curse of the Black Pearl, the swashbuckling feature, blah, blah, blah. D23 Gold members may reserve a ticket for themselves and one guest. D23 Gold family members may reserve tickets for themselves and up to 3 guests. Due to the nature of the appearance, all attendees must be 10 years of age or older to partake in the Disney's Magical Screening Series. Blah, 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 blah. Parents are strongly cautioned. It's rated PG-13, so parents are cautioned. The rest of it's all just boilerplate. If they cancel it, it's not their fault kind of thing. So... It is.
Have you seen commercials for the new for the trailers for the new movie?
Oh yeah, the new movie is going to be called what?
Dead Men
Tell
Tell
No
No
Tales.
It's going to be called Johnny Depp Curse of Alimony.
Really, assisted living. May
I have to
13th,
pay my alimony, Johnny
and the
Depp.
tickets are on sale now. They're $25 a person plus a $5 processing fee. $5 processing fee, and we'll put a note in the show notes page, and you can click below to purchase tickets.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Teresa.
Got back before I get to do mine. That's awesome. I know you tried hard for that. All right, beginning Friday, April 7th, fans of the worldwide box office smash Beauty and the Beast will be able to sing along with their favorite characters when Beauty and the Beast sing-along hits approximately 1,200 theaters nationwide.
I can tell you, the theater I was in, people were singing along.
I was
anyway.
singing along.
They
I
didn't
don't
need
wanna
no
hear from you
special
guys,
appearance.
bitch.
We talked about the fact that we went to the RPX theater, the Regal RPX. No one knew I was singing.
Yeah, it's really loud.
It was so loud.
Wow.
I just want to mention, I am a big fan of Harvey's seatbelt bags. Just saying. And they're coming out at the end of the month with a Beauty and the Beast tie-in. They have a relationship with
cool.
Disney, and they make Disney seatbelt bags. I just got the announcement this morning. So if you're interested, go to seatbeltbags.com. I am a huge fan.
I just want to
Was
say.
that your rapid fire?
No.
I just want to say before you move away from me, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Looking over there, I'm not.
Remember,
a
she
critic.
told us her
Craig and
mother's
Rhino are
attitude
the
had
only
changed.
ones who didn't.
Really? Okay, I'm not a critic, but I know what I enjoy, and I enjoyed this on many levels.
Are those cups, the rose cups, still hard to come by here at Walt Disney World?
You can get them if you have, or you could get them if you'd had a reservation at Be Our Guest, but they let people buy 40 of them at a time, so they sold out immediately.
Well, they sell them on
Yeah.
a Disney Cruise Line.
That's
I
where you
picked
get
up a couple.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like they're $10. They're $10 each.
Yeah.
And they fill it with whatever.
So
but
now
yeah.
yeah.
Rhino doesn't have to
where's
post
mine?
about it on
Yeah.
social media.
Well, I didn't know they were
No,
so
the
hard
people
to...
who hated it don't
Yeah.
get one.
I like Beauty and the Beast.
No.
I just don't like that the live
Nope.
action.
No
Are you
rose to
asking
you.
people to buy that for you?
Right.
No, I haven't asked anybody. I don't ever ask anybody to buy anything. I ask people to find things for me.
But they're on the Disney Cruise Line. You can get them,
I understand.
The
there's
purchasing part is implied.
Right. I understand there's Power Ranger socks.
You know, even
No, Pete
after
bought those for me.
even after I saw your review, I went to look for your little blue cup that you wanted, or your red cup, or whatever it is.
Thank you, Teresa.
I've searched several theaters for you, even though, it's because that's kind of person I am.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not.
Who knows? It's
Okay.
Teresa. Roll with it. All right. Thank you, Teresa. Corey.
Okay, the Bayou Pirate Adventure that sails out of
Say Bayou again.
Bayou, out of Port Orleans Resort, Riverside, is no longer. What is this, you ask? It's for children ages 4 to 12. This is like a little pirate thing that they sail a ship.
Sit up,
which
you're
is-
slouching.
Which is a pontoon
Okay, wait,
boat.
I have a question. You're going into great deal about what it is, but it's gone?
No. Well, hold up. They
was.
still offer variations at Yacht and Beach Club, Grand Floridian, and Caribbean
Oh, okay.
Beach. They have different names, but the one offered from Port Orleans is no longer.
I thought I was going to take a restroom break if you're going to go into great deal about something that's not there
Oh, you
anymore.
want me to read the details?
Did you
no,
say
but
breast room?
He did. I caught it.
Breast room.
so
I need to go.
there you go. It's no longer. But there are
You need
other
that. Buy a
places.
bigger bra.
All right. Thank you, Corey. Rhino.
Okay, so you can now learn to speak the garbage language of Pandora. So there's this device that you can buy that apparently it's like this little device. It comes with these cards and it'll teach you how to like say the nouns, the adjectives, It comes with.
I will personally slap anyone I see using this.
I will retract
Like a little
my pre-order.
translator?
No, yeah, it's like a translator. So because the Na'vi don't have a written language, so it all has to be. It's like an audio thing. But
my.
apparently there's some cards that are going to be a little more rare that you're going to have to like find. It'll be sold in a set that will include 15 translation cards. Excuse me. But additional will be.
Wait, stop. Does it translate into another voice, or is it
No, it
just
teaches
telling
you
you what
how
you
to-
need to say?
I think it just says it like when you listen to like the
Google
like
Translate or
Rosetta or
something,
something,
yeah.
and it says that it'll say like Earth. Blah, blah,
Yeah, look,
blah.
I'm totally excited about Pandora. Okay, stop now. Stop. Anybody walking around with a little translate,
We have
stop.
to be able to understand
Is
what's
this like
going
when they
on.
took Klingon on Big Bang?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, just
What are you
like
looking at
that.
me for?
Because you probably know Klingon.
You know we did.
Oh well, there goes all the shirt ideas we had.
But it is. I think this
What is it with you and the Switch today?
I'm trying to read and cut to 7 people that are talking at once. It's difficult for me right now, and I'm already on you and not me. Anyway, I don't know. There's that thing. So look for that. Nobody cares.
Oh, Rhino.
I don't care.
Oh, poor Rhino.
I feel for you for a second.
No, it's just you more crap to buy.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like-
fan of this idea.
It just should be a thing that you could just give kids to entertain them for a few minutes and then give back. But for some reason, it doesn't say how much it's going to be. But I'm sure it'll be way more.
This
than
should
that.
be like one of those things they did when they gave you that Kim Possible decoder.
Right. That's what I thought they were
Right.
going to do.
That would
be
make,
cool.
yeah. But I don't know. This sounds kind of ridiculous. So
Yeah.
we'll see. All right. Thank you, Rhino. Craig.
Okay, so if you knew what Tiana's Riverboat Party Ice Cream Social and Parade Viewing thing was to begin with, then you might be happy to know that it's extended through July 31st, 2017. Originally, it was supposed to end March 31st, 2017. So basically, it is an ice cream social that happens on the Liberty Bell, and Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen will be there and greet you. And then you have a parade viewing location that's all blocked off for you, and some of the desserts and stuff that are served there: Tiana's vanilla cupcake, white chocolate lily pad tart, double chocolate cookie with chocolate ganache filling with chocolate frog accent, some ice cream, Mickey bars, Mickey ice cream sandwiches, popcorn, soft drinks, all that. So it's reservations are for Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. Again, through July 31st, they can be booked online or by calling Walt Disney World Dining. It's $49 for an adult and $29 for children.
Awesome. Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome.
All right. So I really want to talk about what happened to us on
But we're out of time.
Thursday. Now, normally I wouldn't. I mean, but this was special. This was
Yeah, as I said, I was there, and I didn't know what happening. All of a sudden, I heard you. I'm jumping ahead, but you turned around and said, "Come with me," and I thought, "All right, I'm coming." And I didn't know what we were doing.
well. So John, Kevin, and myself, along with Jeff and Val Alves and Kathy Schmidt and Kathleen Bobbitt
Kristen
Kristen Moffat. Oh well, Kristen wasn't there that night.
No, she
came in
wasn't
the
there
next
for
day.
Thursday night.
But we were all up in New York for a weekend of Broadway. We
We were celebrating my birthday.
celebrating Kevin's birthday, and we were we went to Sunset Boulevard Thursday night with Glenn Close. It's the revival. Then Saturday we did Hello Dolly with Bette Midler again, and we did War Paint with Patti LuPone and Christine Ebersole. So Thursday night we see Glenn Close. Kevin and I had both seen this show previously on its first run.
I did too.
Back in the 90s. That's right. And I had gotten to see it with Glenn Close on her first run, and got to see it again with Betty Buckley. It's one of my favorite.
It's one of my favorite
for
scores.
for you as well. It's just one of my favorite plays. And so I was very excited to see this. And she was amazing. The show was phenomenal.
This is a very stripped down version. The original version was very ornate. The sets were huge. The sets were almost Byzantine. They were just enormous, and they moved and they swiveled. This is, it looks like some scaffolding, and the orchestra is on stage. So it's this very spare, stripped down version, but I actually think it added to it. You know, the whole idea of movies, that it's movie magic, and they were creating magic out of pretty much nothing.
It was really wild.
I couldn't say enough good things about this show and her performance.
And because especially given the fact that there were no crazy sets. I mean, she owned the stage. I mean, so it was a phenomenal show.
I apologize, I interrupted you. The folks that went with us, Kathy Schmidt, said the best thing. She said it didn't matter what else was going on stage, and often there were a lot of other things going on stage. When she walked on, you didn't take your eyes off her.
So if you had the opportunity to see this before she finishes, I think it's sometime in June, please go see it. But that's not the point of this story. Afterwards, after the show ended and she came out, she did her curtain call. Of course, the place is going nuts. Then she brings out the whole cast, which I thought was kind of odd because usually they take their bow and then curtain goes down and then the curtain comes back up and there's a star and she takes her bow. She did 4
curtain calls.
And and that's usually it. And then she called the cast back out. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then one of the cast members stepped forward and he asked everybody to take their seats. I'm like, oh, something's happening. This is really cool. And he starts talking about how Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, which is an organization that raises a lot of money for AIDS research, but also for a lot of other things. They're doing this thing where they're putting cast members back in the lobby as you're leaving, and they're going to have buckets, and you can put money in. They're also going to be selling playbills signed by the entire cast. They were selling posters.
The big lobby cards?
The big lobby cards signed by the entire cast. And I'm like, oh, definitely. I'm absolutely going to do that. I get all the autographs. That's so cool. But then they said, but we're going to do something else. That we're going to auction off right now an opportunity for someone to come up on the stage and meet Glenn Close and get pictures taken.
I just want to... It actually was... First, she announced the cake topper.
Well... I think they announced that, didn't they? However it was, that you can go up on stage, meet Glenn Close, and that she had celebrated her 70th birthday a couple of weeks before, and they were going to throw in this cake topper that they had made for her birthday cake, which was Norma Desmond on a chaise lounge. And they started the bidding at $600. And I'm going to tell you, Kevin worked so hard putting this trip together. He did such an amazing job. I certainly wanted to get up there and have the opportunity to meet her, but I really wanted him to get up there as well. So I started, anybody who's seen me or bid against me at a Diz auction kind of knows where I'm going with this story.
I just want to say, the bidding started at $600 and that lasted a good 8 seconds.
And initially, I think it was there were 5 or 6 people in the theater, myself included, that were bidding, and it was going from $600 to $750 to $850 and things like that. When it got up around $1,500, $2,000, it came down to between one other guy and me, and this guy was down in the front. Now, my seat had been toward the back of the orchestra, kind of near the aisle, and I had gotten up to put my coat and stuff on, so I was still standing. And I'm yelling out bids as I'm walking further and further down the aisle.
You have to
Getting ready to
understand.
get on
Like
stage.
an ABD paddle.
I was over. Pete was in sort of the center aisle, and John and I were sitting off to the side a little bit. And this bidding got crazy, and I'm screaming, "Pete, stop!"
And it's going back and forth. It's $2,000. It's $2,500. It's $3,000. Once the bid got, I think it went to $4,000, and then I yelled out $5,000, and the place went nuts. People are cheering and clapping. And it's people are really getting into it. And then this guy comes back with $5,500, and this goes back and forth to $7,500. And at that point, I said, you know what? I can't go any higher than this. And what I said to myself was, you know what? You ran the bid up. You ran the bid up for a really good cause. Good on them. And I ceded the floor to the guy. And people are coming up to me afterwards and they're shaking my hand. They're saying, we were rooting for you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We get out in the lobby.
I just have to add that once you stopped, I was screaming at you from across the theater, "Stop, stop!" Once you finished and they ended it, I just left. I went out and bought all the tchotchkes you could buy with signatures on them. And John and I happened to have a signed photograph from Glenn Close and a signed playbill with all of the signatures on it. And that's going to be donated to our auction.
Oh, awesome.
So I have a signed Glenn Close and a signed playbill from everybody in Sunset Boulevard that will be auctioned off at our 20th anniversary.
That's awesome.
So I went out in the lobby and I was paying for this stuff. And I was completely out of it. I was standing out near the door. I had all my stuff. And these posters are kind of large. So I was kind of staying out of the crowd so that they didn't get wrinkled. And I was just minding my business.
Well, while I'm out there, first of all, a listener comes up to me in the lobby. He's like, I'm in the theater, I'm watching this. And I'm like, is that Pete? So that was really cool. And while it was George
really
from Miami. And while we're talking to him, this woman, Armanda, and her friend Debbie came up to us. And Armanda is, I forgot what type of cancer she's been treated for, but you know, she's gone through a lot, but this woman had this indomitable spirit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go up against her.
No. She said to me, she's like, listen, you know, I was rooting for you. That was awesome what you did. She said, you should go back in there and you should tell them that you'll donate if you get to go up on stage. And I said, I'm not going to rush this. I'm not rushing Glenn Close on stage. And I said, I can't do that. I can't do that. And she's like, well, you know what? I'm a New Yorker and I'm in sales. I can. And she grabs me by the hand. And that's when I yelled for Kevin. I'm like, get over here. Get over here.
And I actually thought someone was hurt. So I went running.
And I'm like, come with me. And then Webmaster Kathy, is like, oh, I'm coming too. So we go in and Armanda gets a hold of the stage manager.
You knew the stage manager's name. She was the one that helped you with your
I think it was Brooke, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she got the stage manager's attention, and she said, you know, look, this is the guy who was bidding. He's willing to give $5,000 if he can get up on stage. And she's like looking kind of weird, and she's like, well, all right, stay here. Let me go down and ask. And I guess Armanda did not like that answer.
No, she actually said to me, I'm not good about standing here.
Well, and she's like, come with me. And she starts walking down the side toward the stage. I'm like, we're going to get arrested. And then she starts yelling, we have another bidder. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get arrested.
This woman took charge.
Then somebody on stage said, what's going on? And then I stepped up and I said, I'm the guy that was in the center aisle yelling bids out for this, doing the battle back and forth. I'd be honored to donate $5,000 if my friends and I can come up and meet Glenn Close. And they went over and they said something to Glenn Close, and she's like, of course. And they walked us up on stage. Now, at the point that they allowed us to walk up on stage, I turned into...
Look at your face in that picture.
I'm crying. I am crying in this picture, okay?
Oh, that's her dog, Pip, by the way.
Yeah, her... was it Bison Friches? Whatever it's called?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
And I'm stunned. I mean, I love her. If you have not seen The Lion in Winter, the remake that was done on HBO a few years back, go see it. It's an absolutely amazing performance she gives. I absolutely love her. And of course, like I said, I saw her in this 20 some odd years ago, and it's one of my all-time favorite Broadway shows. So to be on that stage for that show with her was really overwhelming. And I am just sniveling like an idiot meeting her. And she's like, oh my God, this big crazy queen. And there we are. That's Webmaster Kathy, Kevin, and I with Glenn Close, still in her outfit from the end of the show. We were up there. I'm guessing we were up there for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, I told her that I had seen her before and that I waited at the stage door for her. And when I came out, I screamed that my last name was Close also, and she asked me to walk her to her car. And she said, oh, I remembered that. I have a feeling she was being polite. And then Kathy, she was talking about how her dog was a rescue, and I explained that Kathy
Does rescues.
fosters rescue dogs and things like that. So then you came up and you started talking to her. So Kathy and I started to back away, and you got to stay a little bit longer with her. And I turned around and fell down the stairs.
Well, no, at the point that at the point that you guys started going down the stairs, they had pulled me aside, said, "Okay, time to donate."
Really pay up.
And so I'm I'm swiping the card and stuff. But I'm sitting there. This picture here that you're looking at. We are actually, people were thinking this was like backstage or outside.
Oh.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
the
actually
stage.
the set. Those are stairs that are part of the set.
Oh, okay. I thought it was backstage.
No,
No.
that's scaffolding. Now, I do want to say that at the end of Sunset Boulevard, I don't think I'm giving away a huge plot point. She's sort of devolved into craziness, and she did not look like this through the entire show.
No.
This is the sort
Final
of
This is the end.
this is the
Ready
crazy,
for my close-up.
right?
Yeah.
Where she's lost it. That's why she's made up like that.
And so we ended up donating to a wonderful cause. We ended up running the bid up on this to raise even more money for a wonderful cause, and we got to go up on stage and meet Glenn Close on the stage of Sunset Boulevard at the Palace Theater. It's one of those things that I will never forget for the rest of my life. I will never ever 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 forget that for the rest of my life.
Sweet.
It was so cool. It was a great experience, and I really have to thank Armanda for.
She was indomitable.
She was indomitable, and if she hadn't done that, if she hadn't said, "No, come on, let's go," I never would have done it. I was too intimidated. I was too scared. Believe it or not, there are times I am intimidated.
Yeah, and I'm usually kind of forward, and I didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
And
I was happy to have run the bid up. I was happy to have gotten the playbill with everybody's signature on it, to have seen that show. I was good. But that of all the things I thought would happen that day, that certainly was not on the list. But if you get a chance to go see this show, I promise you, it is absolutely spectacular.
now I have a story that I haven't told you. We went to see War Paint, and this isn't a review of War Paint, but our seats were on opposite sides of the center section. There's two side aisles, and Pete and I were on opposite sides. And I was talking to the people, everybody around us was sort of talking about what have you seen. And it seemed that the three shows we saw, people were seeing those three shows that weekend, but in and out of order. And the lady ahead of me said, I said, we were at War Paint, and I said, explain that we had seen Hello Dolly. And then Thursday night, we saw Sunset Boulevard. She goes, were you in the theater for the crazy bidding? I said, I was.
Oh my God, really?
And then I took my phone out. She goes, did you see there were two crazy men? And I said, I know. And I took the picture out, and I showed her the picture, that picture you just saw. And she goes, you know one of the crazy men? I said, he's standing right down at the other end of the aisle. And then she said to me the thing that shocked me the most of all. She said, I didn't care for it. I said, why? And she said, why didn't you like it? It was spectacular. She said, I didn't like the story. And I said, well, she said, it wasn't like the movie. I said, parts of the songs are dialogue lifted directly from the movie. I said, it follows the movie very, very closely. She goes, maybe I never saw the movie. Okay.
No,
That's the only time anybody's ever said it. But you were recognized by other people in the theater that you were one of the crazy men bidding on this.
and I'll take it. I will take it. I got to be honest, though. Truly, one of the things I've said to some friends of mine about that show, when there are times you watch a movie and you see an actor who's so good that they just inhabit the role, that you forget it's that actor and you think it's that person. I've never seen that live. I've seen it on film, but I've never seen it live until that night. She was Norma Desmond. She inhabited that role. And it was honestly, probably, arguably, the greatest night on Broadway I've ever had. And it was that before I got to go up on stage and meet her.
They're advertising for Hello Dolly now, and the advertisement is running, in 20 years, there will be two groups of people. The people who saw Bette Midler in Hello Dolly, and the people who say they saw Bette Midler in Hello Dolly. I would say that same thing holds true for Sunset Boulevard.
I agree.
And what it makes me do is, after seeing her do this, on the plane home, I started watching part of the movie, and you know what you think? This movie needs songs.
Yeah, the music is great. Music is great. So that was our whirlwind experience last Thursday night at the Palace Theater at Sunset Boulevard. So
You should go.
Go see it. Go see it. Go see Hello Dolly. War Paint, not so much. But
Great.
Hello Dolly and Sunset Boulevard absolutely must see. So, all right, that's it. Broadway talk is over. That will do it for our show for this week, folks. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next week with another edition of the Diz Unplugged. Have a great week, everybody.